If you can only pick 10 foods to buy for your prepper pantry, this is what you should get. First up, it's rice. It has carbs, a good amount of calories, and it lasts forever if you store it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Just 1 cup of cooked rice is about 205 calories, which is great. Some people don't like rice and say it's not a good prepper food, but 60% of the world relies on rice for a majority of their calories. Most of those people are in third world countries. And those people are still functioning and getting their day-to-day tasks done. Probably working a lot harder than some of us, and it fuels them just fine. In feudal Japan, rice was how people were taxed and how samurai were paid. Their wealth was measured in koku. 1 koku was about 330 pounds of rice. It was also used as a form of tax payment in various dynasties in ancient China. A lot of you know this by now, but white rice, if you put it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, it can last 25 years or more, but it's not the same with brown rice because of the oils. Just based on my experience, I wouldn't trust brown rice in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers anything even past 5 years. The other thing I like about rice is that it's versatile. It can be paired with beans, canned meat, vegetables, and many other foods. Of course, you can eat it on its own as well. And lastly, even though prices are up, it's still relatively inexpensive. Salt, because it can be used for preserving food, maintaining electrolyte balance, and of course enhancing flavor. You basically need it to survive, so this is something I had to put on the list. Also, salt lasts forever even without Mylar bags. If you put salt in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, it'll just get really hard and clumped up. Just put it in a clean, airtight container and store it in a cool, dry place. Salt is so cheap, so what I like to do is try to buy a bag of it every single week. It's like $1 for a 1 kilogram bag. One thing that I found out that was really interesting was that during the gold rush, it was in really high demand. It was needed for preserving food because refrigeration didn't exist. It was also necessary for the health of the workers. The people working the mines lost a lot of electrolytes during work, so they really needed the salt to replenish it. Also, the gold rush areas were very far from established supply routes. Since it was so difficult and risky to get salt there, the transportation costs were insane. I was watching a documentary on the gold rush, and they said that it was literally worth its weight in gold, so you could do a straight exchange with gold. Hopefully this convinced some of you to stock up on more salt. And hopefully you found that really interesting about the gold rush, because I did too. Beans contain protein, fiber, essential nutrients, and they have a really long shelf life. They're versatile. You can use them in soups, stews, salads, and mashed into spreads. Beans are inexpensive. An 8-pound bag is $10. When it comes to protein and you compare it to the cost of most other foods, this is probably one of the cheapest sources of protein you can buy. Canned luncheon meat or Spam. It has protein, it has a long shelf life, and it doesn't require refrigeration. Generally, it has about a 4 to 5 year shelf life. Just one thing to know in general for canned foods is that the USDA says that as long as you store it in a cool, dry place and it has no dents, rust, or swelling, it'll last indefinitely. Just be careful with high acid stuff like canned pineapples or canned tomatoes. Those usually don't last very long. Also, when you open up the can, look at the food, smell it. If it looks off, don't eat it. Now, Spam tastes better if you fry it up, but you can eat it straight from the can if you want to. You can have it with rice, you can have it with your freeze-dried eggs, and many other foods. Raw organic honey. It's a good sweetener, it has medicinal properties, and it lasts forever. If you get real honey, it'll never expire. Sometimes it solidifies, but you can just heat it up. This will be a sweetener for your hot drinks, your oats, and many other foods. It's high in natural sugars, so it can provide a quick energy boost that you need in a survival situation. Let's talk a little bit about medicinal properties. It has antimicrobial properties, so it can be used as a natural wound dressing. It's good for sore throats and reducing coughs. It has antioxidants and enzymes that can boost your immune system. Anytime I get sick, I just have a teaspoon of the raw honey mixed with some tea, and it cures me faster than most store-bought medicines. It'll make a great barter item as well because lots of people will be looking for it. I like to buy raw buckwheat honey. I know everyone in the health community is going crazy about Manuka honey, but raw buckwheat honey is higher in antioxidants. Plus, you can find it at a cheaper price. Canned fruit. It'll be one of the only sweet foods that you have left. It has a long shelf life, and you'll get all your vitamins. This is going to be your dessert during a long-term emergency. Cowboys, when they used to be traveling long distances and they would have their beans or their beef jerky or whatever it is, they would really look forward to their canned food at the end of the meal. And if you're only eating rice and beans, you won't be able to get all your vitamins, so canned fruit will be vital. You'll also avoid getting scurvy, which used to be a big problem when people used to go on long journeys and they couldn't find anything with vitamin C in it. The natural sugars will provide a quick source of energy which you need in physically demanding survival scenarios. Canned fruit is another item I think will have a really high bartering potential. Quick oats are easy to prepare, they have protein and carbs, plus they're a dry item so they last a long time. People don't usually think of this as a high protein food, but it has 5 grams of protein in just half a cup, which is a lot. It's so easy to prepare, you just add water. And quick oats are so cheap, a 1 kilogram bag is just under $3. If you store it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, it'll last 25 years or more. Cooking oil, it's cheap, it has a good amount of calories, and you obviously need it to cook certain foods. The versatility with cooking oil is that you can also make a candle with it.
And that's it.
I made a
It stays
video
lit
on it,
for a
hopefully you
really
guys
long
saw
time.
it. If you want something cheap, just buy any vegetable oil. If you want a healthier option, just go with olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil. For me personally, if it's a survival situation or some sort of extended emergency, I won't care about what oil it is, how healthy it is, I'll just be worried about survival. I'm buying huge cans of canola oil and sunflower oil and I'm just storing them. Instant coffee, it's great for energy, most of you can't live without it, and it has a really long shelf life. About 60 to 70% of people in North America drink coffee every single day, so you'll want to have this. Store it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and it'll last 25 to 30 years. By the way, if you don't know how to store food in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, I did a video on it. It was 3 minutes and 20 seconds, while every other prepper takes like 25 minutes to explain such a simple topic. I just get straight to the point and I explain it really fast and in an easy way. Definitely go check it out. Powdered milk, it has protein, carbs, a long shelf life, and it'll go great with your instant coffee. Powdered milk on its own, I consider it to be like a complete meal. It has protein, carbs, calcium, vitamin D, and B12. It's another food that you can store in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and make it last 25 years. Now, I don't suggest you buy any just milk powder that you find at the stores. The one I recommend is from Nido. It's full milk powder and it mixes really fast. It's a little bit hard to find at these big franchises and these big box stores. You can usually find these at like family-owned Pakistani or Asian grocery stores. Okay, just to end off the video, let's do a quick haul of the things that I bought. So first I got 2 kilograms of sugar, which was $3.29. Okay, so this 1 kilogram Windsor salt was $2.49. I usually buy the Great Value one, which is $1, but they didn't have that one. So next I bought this instant coffee. I saw a bunch of videos on this online, so I decided to buy it. I thought it would be good, but I didn't like it. It doesn't mix very well. I only bought it because it was cheap. It was $6.99 for a 200 gram jar. So now this last thing is something new. I didn't know what it was. It didn't have any English writing on it. I just bought it because it was the last one and it looked pretty cool. It looked, like coffee. But I'm going to show you what it is. So it has a bunch of packs like these inside and it's kind of cool. You open it like this. And basically it's just ground coffee. So people who want coffee without a coffee maker and they want the taste of ground coffee, they basically take this. Okay, yeah, so you basically go like this and you just pour boiling water and you basically just get ground coffee. You don't get the instant coffee taste. Okay, I made a mistake. You're supposed to open it. So yeah, you can see the ground coffee. Yeah, so that's what I was supposed to do. So you could put this in your bug out bag, or you can put this when you can take this when you go camping and just pour hot water over it and you'll get really good coffee. It has 16 packs in it and it was $6.99. And I just saw this now. It says Shokuni Drip Coffee Special Blend, if you guys want to look for it. And the company is UCC. I don't know what part of the video I'm going to put this in, but I also got 2 cases of water bottles.